I'm going to be baking sugar cookies that are free from the top 8 allergies. These cookies take about 3.5 hours total to make, so they cook for about 8 to 10 minutes, refrigerate for about 2 hours, and according to how fast you bake, 1 to 1 hour and 30 minutes to prepare. It gets messy and easy to mess up, although these cookies are delicious. First, you will combine 3/4 a cup of dairy-free butter. 1 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce. I like to use unsweetened because cookies will be too sweet and bitter if you use sweetened applesauce. And 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Mix it till it's combined well. Be careful not to mix it too fast or it will explode. Next, we're going to set that aside. In a separate bowl, combine 2 3/4 a cup of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour, but you can use gluten-free flour, and it works just as well. Next, I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and then mix that together. I like to use a fork because then the flour doesn't clump together. Then we're going to mix both bowls together. Then you're going to slowly mix it. You should mix until the dough starts clumping together like this. Once it looks about like this, then you can freeze it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. Okay, I've let the dough sit for about over 2 hours, and this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, it's kind of stiff, but that's good. So now I'm just going to peel it away from the side so that I can form it into a ball to make our cookie dough, or make our cookies. You can also freeze it in a Ziploc bag, but I find it harder. I'm just scraping away the sides and putting it in the middle. Now, after I've done that, make sure you've washed your hands because this part can get messy. So we're going to use our hands and kind of scoop it up from the bottom, try to clump it into it. Try to clump it together so it forms a big ball like this. It's probably going to be a little sticky, but that's okay. Okay, once it's in the big ball, just set it back here in the bowl to let it sit. If you let it sit for just a couple minutes, it'll be easier to cut out your cookies. Okay, after we've done that, we're gonna preheat the oven. I'm gonna push bake in 400. Next, let's flour our surface. So I just have flour in a measuring cup and I'm just sprinkling it across. You don't want too much flour or else it can mess up your dough, stick back together. But you don't want too little flour because you don't want it to stick to the surface. So then I like to just smear it around because any spot that doesn't have flour, it's going to stick there. Like that. And then I take my rolling pin and roll it in there because our rolling pin's going to need flour too. It'll also help let the flour go everywhere. And then I'm just going to make sure the cookie cutter is kind of floured at the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up my ball of dough and set it on our floured surface. Okay. I like to mush it down with my hands before I start using the rolling pin. Roll it out. If you're using a board like me, it helps to press it against something that won't move. So like here, I'm pressing it against me. And then spin it around and move it forwards, so then it can't move. If the dough starts sticking, you need to flour your rolling pin more or your board, whichever is sticking. So I'm just gonna roll that some more, and then I'm gonna roll again, like that. We're gonna roll it to a 1/4 inch thick. So that's about from, if you lay your spoon down flat, it's about the height from the bottom to the top. So I like to do it like that and be like, okay, that's about. You're gonna try to make sure your dough is even, and then pick out your favorite cookie cutters and then cut. And set them on your pan. There's usually not a need to oil your pan or put parchment paper unless you feel the need to, because there's flour at the bottom of it, so it's not going to stick. It's best to use, or I like to use a bigger cookie, because one, it makes a big cookie, and two, it's easier to ice. And the glaze that I use here, it's a liquid glaze, but it hardens as it sets, so sometimes it'll spill over the cookie. So I like to have a bigger cookie so that doesn't happen as much, but that's just your preference. Okay, so right now I'm rolling this back up, and then I'm gonna use my rolling pin, flatten it back down. You wanna make sure that all your cookies are about the same height, so that they all cook evenly, or so that in the oven some don't burn and some undercook. I'm gonna take my spoon. So that looks a little too thin, but it's like 3/4 of the way of my spoon. So I'm just gonna thin it out a little more and then double it up. Because sometimes it's harder to clump it all together than just do that. So I'm gonna take my spoon again. It's about halfway, so I'm just gonna do that again. Then roll it out just a little bit so that it sticks. Okay. Double up this side, it looks a little thin. If your dough isn't sticking to each other, it means that there's not enough flour. You can spritz a little water, like use a spray bottle and just spritz some water on it, and that'll help. But just try to remember not to, I like to use the least amount of flour I can. can't really flatten this out and cut, so I'm just going to stick this in my cookie cutter and then just kind of mush it around and get it all so that like this. But you want to try to get it even, and I know that's hard using your fingers, but you can just try to do that. You can also just like, yeah. Okay, now it's like a floppy star. So I'm just gonna roll it out just a little bit, like that. And then it should be the right thickness, and then you can just cut out. And then once you've done that maybe once, then you're probably gonna have this much left, and you can't really make a cookie out of that. You can make a little circle or a small shape, or you could just eat it. A good baker always tries their food. Once your oven is preheated to 400 degrees, you can put your cookies in for 8 to 10 minutes. They should look something like this before you put them in. You can put them in on the top or middle shelf. The higher the shelf, the faster they cook, but it really doesn't matter. While they're in the oven, let's make the icing. First, let's do 1 cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, whichever you want to call it. If you don't have powdered sugar in your pantry, you can always mix or grind up regular sugar and add some cornstarch to it. That in, and then let's add 3 teaspoons of coconut milk. You can use almond milk or rice milk. I've tried both and it works the same. I prefer coconut milk, or that's just what our family prefers, but it's your preference. Next, let's add some light corn syrup. So light corn syrup can be really, really sticky. So I'm going to oil my measuring cup so that it just comes out. So, and then I'm going to pour 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup. Okay, after you've done that, then let's mix it. I personally like using the fork over the mixer because your mixer doesn't always get low enough, and it takes forever. So I just like to use a fork or a spoon. It shouldn't be too liquidy. If it's too liquidy, you need to add some more powdered sugar, or like corn syrup. Believe it or not, the corn syrup is not a liquid, or it is a liquid, but it doesn't make the glaze liquidy. It helps the glaze like be a glaze consistency. Okay, then just add your food coloring. Okay, now they're ready, so I'm going to take them out of the oven. You need to make sure that your cookies cool down enough so that your icing doesn't just drip off. Sometimes that's not the reason for them just spilling off. Your icing could be too liquidy, or for a lot of times it does that for me. Okay, now that the cookies are cool, I'm going to ice my cookies. So I have my icing in a bowl, and I'm just going to take my cookie and dip the top into the icing, like this. You want to make sure that you get all the corners and all the edges of your cookie. Pull it up, and like this. When it sits for a little bit, it'll even out, and that should end up like that.